Hey everybody, this is Tony and I'm here today with a special guest, none other than the dynamic actress herself, Miss Frankie Blair. How you doing today?
Hey guys, I'm doing great.
All
Thank you for
right.
asking.
No problem at all. I'm glad to have you here today. Of course, like I said, you're an actress. But before we talk about that, just how are you doing in general? How have you been managing to get through this pandemic and everything?
Well, the pandemic, I totally did nothing. And I started back up like February of this year.
Okay.
And I've been really blessed. Things have been really well. So
All right. All
I'm
right.
doing good.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I know some people, didn't really fare well. Some did awesome because they weren't around people. But hey,
Right, exactly. I mean,
it's
this pandemic, you either had to stick with it and grind during that time, or you kind of went crazy. So I chose,
yeah.
I chose to grind.
Okay, good, good. But I want to talk about your acting, of
Okay.
course, of why we're here. But tell me about the journey. What it's been like for you becoming an actress, and staying in it because it's not easy work. I just got finished saying it to somebody else. So I do know that. But how has the journey been for you? And when did it start? Matter of fact, let's go there.
The journey has been tough,
Mm-hmm.
and rewarding. And it started in 2012,
Okay.
and I went to acting school and stuff. And like you said, it's tough. It's tough. I haven't been acting the entire 10 years, 9 years, because it's like a love-hate relationship. It takes a lot of it takes a lot out of you. So it takes all of your soul, heart, your mind, your body, and the constant rejection, the constant auditions and not booking. So I took off 3.5 years and I started back this year in February.
Okay. Okay. I mean, but
Mhm.
sometimes you need that break. I don't really I'm not against that because people don't understand that sometimes you really have to just reassess what's going on and say, okay, is this for me? Is it not? And that's with anything. It can
Exactly.
be a car. Like it's with anything. You really sometimes have to say that, like, do I need this? Do
You're
I want
absolutely
this?
right. Or you're going to keep wasting your time, and
Yeah.
you don't want to waste your time. And you made a good point. Sometimes you got to take that time off,
Mm-hmm.
because I took off 3.5 years and I'm better now than I've ever been.
That's right.
I'm more confident in my choices, and I kind of feel like I have nothing to lose. So I'm just like having fun. And before I'll be like, oh, it has to be so perfect
Mm-hmm.
and driving myself crazy. And now I'm just, whatever happens, I'm just going to do it all and have fun. So,
No, but that's the best way to be, honestly.
mhm,
Because if you start, putting in those little pieces like what if this and what if that, you already diminished yourself before you even got a chance to really be whatever it is that you could have been. Just
exactly.
off of self-doubt or just off of, those thoughts. It might not even be doubt, but just off of those thoughts sometimes, you knock your own self like, well, what if I'm not good enough? Like, no, if you don't
You just got
believe
to do
that you're good enough
it.
when you walk through that door, nobody else is going to
No one
believe
else will.
you. Oh,
Exactly. Exactly.
that's it. That's it. But I just told somebody just literally today, matter of fact, I was talking about the fact that people don't understand how much hard work goes into being an actor or actress, period, just because you see what's on screen. But I was talking about the fact that it's not just reading off a paper, but you really have to set a background for those characters. Like what are what's going on in their lives, even if it's just a small role. Who are they? What do they do? What are they like? All this kind of stuff to make them real, and make it believable. Because
You're right.
it's not just reading and saying the sky is blue. Like, do I really believe that? No.
And then the memorization, like people think that, oh, you're an actress is so easy. But I spend like full weekends. I'll get an audition on Friday and I think like I have a free weekend. I have to spend the
Hmm.
whole weekend memorizing 5 pages of dialogue to do an audition on Monday to send it in. And then I won't even get the role,
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a lot out of you because you're investing so much time into the work and
Right.
these characters, and it might not even be your role. So
Yeah.
you have to keep on pushing.
That's right.
And I get so many people like, oh, you acting is so easy. It's exhausting. The dream acting job is to like book a series and you're on
Right.
that series for 10 years, like Friends or something like that. And that's the dream, you know?
No, but that's true though. That's true though. But sometimes when you don't see something, you don't know what it entails. And
Exactly.
that's even with, like I said, a car. Like when you first see it on the lot, it looks so beautiful. It looks like, the best thing in the world. But when you get it home, it's something different.
Right.
Especially down the line, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know a part cost this much. I didn't know the gas cost this much. I didn't. You get into all those kinds of things, and it's like acting is the same way. It comes with numerous layers because nobody tells you like, hey, you're gonna apply for or you're gonna audition for 10 jobs, but you might only get one. Like
Or you
nobody
might
says
get
that.
none.
Right, right.
You might get none. So yeah, you do all that work and nothing.
Yeah, but nobody tells you that kind of stuff though. They
No,
just show you the good. They don't show you
exactly.
like the hard work, the grinding that it really takes to get to where you need to be. And everybody thinks, oh, if I say I'm an actor or an actress, I'm going to be like Will Smith or I'm going to be like Taraji P. Henson. It's like, no, it don't always happen like that.
It
I
doesn't.
might have to go through a million, background roles or extra roles just to even get half of what somebody else might get, but you never know.
And
But
there's lots of actors who have been working in the industry for 30 years and still aren't a well-known name.
yeah,
But they get constant checks and they're just working in the business, but they're still like kind of unknown to majority of the public.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But hopefully, we're gonna pray for that series, though. We go pray for that series because that is where it's at. It seems now, especially. I just told the guy that I was interviewing, he was on Greenleaf, that was on OWN, and I was just telling him like this is where it's at. Like I'm watching All American right now. Well, I just caught up on it.
Mhm.
Uh, I never would have thought I would watch a show about football because that's not even my area of expertise. But I'm caught up now, and I'm like I'm stuck.
It's
So
a good show. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a great show.
I'm
Mhm.
stuck. I'm stuck. But let's talk about some of your projects. I know you got some films in the works and some that you've done. So talk to me about some of those, and what are the new things that are you working on?
So I just had the screening for Velvet Jesus feature film,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 2 weeks ago. So you can watch that on Vim, VIM, VimMedia.com. It's streaming now. And I have a pilot, a family sitcom pilot
Okay.
that they're presenting. So hopefully that gets picked up by like Nickelodeon or Disney. And then my series would would come true.
That's right.
Um, and then I shot The Prodigal Son in May, and that is in post production right now. That's
Okay.
starring Shadrach Anderson from the Fat Albert movie and Tico
Mm-hmm.
Wells from the Five Heartbeats.
That's right.
So I'm excited about that. And then coming up, I just got a script for Jaded Confessions.
Okay.
It's a film that I shot 7 years ago. I was the lead, and now this is like part two. They're doing the sequel, so I'm super excited about that because this was my very first film that I shot. I was still in acting school,
Wow.
and I was horrible. But it did what it needed to do because it's coming out with a sequel, and I'm just really grateful that they thought of me to bring back for my character.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm proud of that. Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. And I
you.
hope everything works out and comes out as planned, hopefully.
Right.
We know things change daily, but hopefully it sticks with everything. You talked about going to acting school though, so I want to talk about that. What was that experience like for you, coming from no acting in going into an acting school? What was that like?
Well, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like a corporate America job. I hated it. I hated going to work all the time. So I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I thought about acting and I was like, well, I don't know like where to get started or how to act.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like roller skating and I felt like God told me doctors aren't born doctors. They go to school. So I took that message and I Googled acting schools in Dallas, Texas. That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And I found KD College Actors Conservatory. And at the time, it was really hard to go to that school, even though I loved it because it was full time. The school was like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Ooh.
because it's a conservatory. It's like they're trying to pack like a 4 year training into 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
So it was basically a full time job, and then having to have another full time job. So it was a constant grind, but I loved going to school. I loved going to
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
I could only imagine. I was literally just saying this earlier, but I don't know if I could do that. Maybe later in life though. I won't never say never because when I was young, I wanted to be an actor. I went to like a John Robert Powell acting school. Back then they were like doing auditions for like Disney Channel and stuff like that. But we didn't have the money
Right.
to like pay for acting classes and all this, so I never did go.
It's
But
expensive. Yeah.
yeah, so I never did go. But I went to when I got a little bit older. I went to like what was supposed to be an audition, but it turned out to be, acting school, but they had an audition. But the guy was like, oh, it's only one spot. And he had all these people there. He really made us do improv right there. And just off of that, I want to say maybe it was like 2 hours, maybe. Just off of that alone, I had learned something new already. Because I was like, what in the hell is this? Like,
It's a lot. That's why I said originally, like it takes your body, your
yeah,
mind, like everything in you to act. And people
yeah,
don't get that.
yeah. I have a respect for actors always, as well as singers and anybody else. But I have that respect because I seen just in that moment just how much it took because we were in a room full of people I never even said hi to. I didn't
Mhm.
know them. I never met them. Nothing. And he's like, okay, you two, go up in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, create it, do this, do that. And I'm like, okay.
And
But
can you
you had to
imagine
learn.
like on the Velvet Jesus feature film? We had a virtual table read because we filmed in March, so it was
Okay.
still kind of COVID.
Yeah.
Um, so we had a virtual table read, and then my first day on set, I'm having to do a scene where I'm kissing this guy that I've never met. So it takes a lot in you to kind of be comfortable kind of immediately because you have
Yeah,
to make it realistic, like this is my husband.
exactly. They don't know that you just met this person 5 minutes ago. You got to make it look like
Exactly.
y'all been married for the last 10 years. So
Exactly.
it
But
is.
the good thing about your dreams is that you can be an actor at any age.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't have to, if you take 10 years and do what you're doing and then you say, you know what, I think I want to be an actor in 10 years, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's true.
There's roles for every age.
I know that's right. I wish people really thought like that all the time because we sometimes I won't even just say black people. I'll say people. Period. It's sometimes become what about me? It's all about me. That kind of thing. But I believe that when you truly just like give yourself and do things purely, that it will come to you the way it's supposed to. You don't
That's right.
have to worry about that. So,
Exactly.
but I'm not going to start like preaching here today. So
Amen. Got to have some church.
right. No, but I want to talk about you when you're doing the roles or whatever. Is that something that you're looking to, I guess, get out of it personally, or that you lay on the line, or something that you're trying to give the audience that's not necessarily there in the character per se?
Yeah, I think with every role that I get, I want to kind of add a little something extra to
Mm-hmm.
it that maybe the writer or the producers didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's just kind of having fun and playing with it.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about acting is the producers, the writers, they create something, and then if I come in and add my little thing to it, what I think that this character is, then it kind of brings it more to life. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Whitley Gilbert character,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
she made that character like Southern. It
Yeah.
wasn't written in the text that this character had an accent like that, but
Mm-hmm.
she took that character. I think it was a teacher that she had that she kind of mocked to
Right.
create that character, mimic to create that character, and she just became an iconic. Whitley Gilbert is an iconic character that Jasmine Guy created, you know,
Yeah.
but that
Yeah.
wasn't what the writers envisioned.
Yeah.
But
That
when
but
she
see,
did it,
that's the way that things, again, I'm going to say should work, because sometimes when we think like we're going against the grain, or we don't know, or we're unsure of how things will work, or all that kind of stuff, it goes in your favor.
Mhm.
Just like with that kind of thing. And even if you want to talk about sitcoms, like with Jaleel White playing Steve Urkel,
Right,
like he really was so good at what he did, he became a regular because he wasn't supposed to be a regular on that
exactly.
show. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about him initially, but then they had to spin everything around and make him pretty much the center of attention there.
Right, right.
So you just never know. It really is. I believe that God will tell you when it's time. I
Mhm.
believe that. Sometimes and he may not talk to you and say it, but you'll feel it. When we do stuff like that, it's like, no, I know this is right. Like it'll hit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
It'll hit.
exactly. You
Trust me.
preaching again.
Yeah, yeah. Look, sometimes you can't help it. I believe that the people that come my way, I try to not only inspire but uplift, because we need more of that. But I don't just LaCheryl is somebody that I like, and I could tell she is my kind of people.
You
So
definitely.
when she sent the information over, I was just like, okay, but I don't accept everybody, because I believe people are sent to me for a reason, and that's the reason that I
Mhm.
say yes, and that's the reason that I do these. So I don't do everything with everybody. So
I hear that.
it's
You
just
can't have
real.
everybody's energies come to your show, and
Yeah, yeah, it's just real. It's just real.
But
So I
LaShirley's
know.
amazing. She's been a huge like foundation to my career and has continued to believe in me even when I stopped. I took a pause from acting and I didn't believe in myself. She's always kind of nudged me like, "Hey, when you gonna start acting again?" Or
Uh-huh.
you know. So I definitely wouldn't be as far as I am right now without her.
Yeah, sometimes you need that nudge, and I'm glad she did, because I can tell that you're about to do some great things, in addition to what you already done. And I'm not just saying that just because you're sitting here, but I can tell that seriously, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But just thank God. I'm telling you, just thank God, because it is going to get real. It is going to get hard, but He's going to see you through. I know it. I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
it's real. It's real, and I'm not
I
making this up.
accept it. I accept all of it.
Yeah, I'm not making this up, but I'm glad that you were here today. Um, for people who don't know you, let everybody know where they can find you, on your social media, all that kind of stuff, and websites, if you have any, all that stuff.
My name is Frankie Blair. You can find me on Instagram at I am Frankie Blair. That's IAM Frankie Blair. And then my website is www.frankieblair.com. And all my links are on there. So
Okay. Okay. Well, again, we're gonna be looking up for all those new projects that you got working on. Whenever they come out, and the ones that are already out, we definitely gonna be checking for that. So thank you again, and everybody. This is none other than Miss Frankie Blair herself. Thank you.